Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. You want to find a position that is both comfortable and sturdy. You don't want to feel like you're about to fall over, so you need a sense of stability, but you also don't want to feel uncomfortable, like you're sitting in your foot or have your back in a weird place where you feel like you need to shift during the practice. It can be a distraction. You can sit in a chair, you can lie down, just find what works for you. We also keep our eyes open during this practice. However, if you have learned to practice with your eyes closed and you feel more comfortable doing that, no problem at all. Go ahead and just close your eyes. But if your eyes are open, drop your gaze away from the screen and drop your gaze gently down below. Kind of a little bit out in front of you, but just down below, maybe on the carpet or the desk or whatever's just below you. We just have a gentle gaze, not a hard staring gaze like we're analyzing something, but not zoned out and blurry, like we're too relaxed and about to fall asleep. Just a clear gaze, softly directed downwards. You're in a nice, comfortable, and sturdy position. Your eyes are either closed or open and directed softly downwards. The mind might be running amok. You might be worried about something. Sad about something. But generally wishing things were different. But you are here. That's all. Everything else, with the problems, the worries, the frustrations, the doubts, it's all thinking. Notice here and now that there's only this moment. You are here. So just rest. There's nothing to figure out. There's nothing to do. There's no person to become better. There's only this moment. So be here and rest. And I'm probably catching you thinking now. And you notice how it's hard to be here because thoughts kind of pop up behind us and steal our attention away. And implicit with each thought is the feeling that this thought is important to pay attention to. I need to think about this now. I need to worry about that. But thoughts go on by themselves. They're not yours. They're like your heartbeat. It just happens. Or your digestive system. It just happens. You don't take ownership of those actions. But we have been conditioned to take ownership of thinking. But it's just an automatic process. So meditation is simple. Practice is simple. Leave thinking alone. That's all. And a great aid, of course, is traditionally to pay attention to something totally and utterly present, such as the sensations of the breath. So take a deep breath in and out and pay attention to where you feel it the most. You can feel it in the tip of your nose, the chest, the abdomen, the lower belly, or anywhere in between. Just find where you feel your breath the most. And simply give it your attention. Give your breath the gift of your attention. And let thoughts come and go as they please. Your only job is to remain with breathing. Maybe I'm catching you thinking again. This is okay. Don't push your thoughts away. Don't ignore them. Don't do anything with them. While thinking is happening, while the chatter about dinner and the problems are happening, return to breathing. Let thoughts happen, but just return to the breath over and over. Come back. Come back to breathing, rising and falling. Wake up. Wake up from thinking. Return to breathing, rising and falling. All right, you can look at the screen. I heard this analogy the other day that I thought was really important, a way to think about how thoughts can be. Because really a problem with thinking isn't that thoughts are happening, it's that we get sucked into them. And a lot of the times, the way meditation teachers can talk about thinking, and I'll talk about it this way too, I'll say just leave thinking alone. Oh, okay. But we're not acknowledging the fact that there's this really strong pull towards thoughts. And a whirlpool is a really great way to describe the thinking mind, where it starts stirring up something, some sort of anxiety, some sort of problem, some sort of, oh, what if this happens and then that happens? And then it just kind of goes in there. And then there's this kind of gravitation, this almost inevitable, I got to get into it. I got to think about this. I have to think about this right now, because if I don't think about it, then what's going to happen? If I don't worry about it, then I'm not doing anything about it. So we get sucked into it, or it could be a depressive state, just depression or loneliness or problems and issues in life. And we just kind of go. Maybe that's why people say I'm spiraling. But so yes, leaving thinking alone is the practice. It's learning to just not get sucked into the vortex, into the whirlpool. It's to learn to completely not get caught in it. But you will lean towards it. It'll be like, soup. Because thoughts have this implicit kind of, hate the word energy, but this kind of implicit force, really, that says, you must think about this now. This is important to consider. You can't, okay, I'll meditate after I think about this. It's always that feeling when a thought comes up, you notice that? You don't want to get caught in that. It's a lie. The brain is lying to you. The ego wants to survive. So it'll play all these tricks. It's like, oh, think about me now. Reinforce the sense of a separate self. I'm about to die if you don't think. Stand outside of the whirlpool. Just watch it happen. Don't get sucked into it. Don't get sucked into it. And if you do, okay. What do you do when you're stuck in a whirlpool? Do you fight the current? No. No. Let go. Let the current take you where it wants to, and it will spit you back out. And that's when you set back. Let's say you're going through some anxious thing. It's something I go through all the time. Something I'm worried about all the time. And my mind will start kicking up the dirt, start going to the spiral, and I get sucked into it. I'm like, oh my goodness, what if this happens and that happens? And I just, oh my goodness. And then the worst thing to do, though, even if you have, like, say, a panic attack, is to be like, no, I got to stop worrying about this. Just stop. You ever notice how that just doesn't work? You can't just stop worrying about it. Going with the whirlpool, going with that sense of worry, be like, okay, fall into it. Watch it. Notice what happens. Okay, I see it for what it is. I'm noticing it. Oh, okay. And then you can just kind of let that kind of come and go, and then just come back out. It's not this force thing, it's a let go thing. But be careful not to get sucked back in, because the force is going right back towards it. So just be careful with your thoughts. They're convincing, but your brain's lying to you. You don't need to think about it. You don't need to consider it. It's another thought that tells you must think about this. Don't fight it, but just look at it. And if you get sucked in, be sucked in, and let yourself, and just notice it. But then Step back out when you can and just notice it over and over and over. Thank you for showing up today. And as always, and without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.